Hello everyone, my name is Alan McCall. I came up with the handy glove. Growing up, my father is he's a home decorator. He paints houses and stuff, and what he usually has to do is kind of fix the wall first, or fix whatever he's painting first, and then paint it. So a lot of times he'll caulk it and find holes in the wall or whatever, and then he'll have to sand everything through. He never really found something that was comfortable or something that was really efficient in the way he was doing it, and a lot of times his hands were getting really messed up with it. But more importantly, I would have to help him out sometimes, and when I had to do it, it was just not comfortable for me at all. I never found a little tool that I liked. I always ended up taking the piece of paper itself, the sandpaper, and guiding it around myself, and my hand would get hot, I have to stop. I get calluses. It's really uncomfortable. So I wanted to think of a cheap way and an efficient way to kind of change that whole market. So a common problem with all handymen is exactly what I was saying. The safety of someone's hands. It's not really being thought of at all in terms of the materials that someone can buy. When I looked around on the internet to find something, I found one guy that made some kind of like a rubber glove with like a rough material on top, but it was just like a patent. There wasn't actually anything for sale. So I thought this is a really open market and something where I could really use when we learn this class. So they become damaged, dry, and they can even lose sense of their feeling. And that's a really big thing in ergonomics. You learn about that as well, as about how humans interact with their tools and machines. Okay. So the first thing I was thinking of was the friction, and so I thought of heat-resistant gloves. You see a lot of them in a lot of electrical equipment, and even in some Under Armour sports gloves. They have those to kind of like vent air into them, and materials that are tight to the hand, but that can also keep them cool and safe. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to have the glove itself be used more than once. So basically the glove is just around your hand, a rather tight fit, and then on top of it is Velcro. Just glued on or sewed on Velcro. And then the cover of the sandpaper is just directly attached to the Velcro. So you can take it on and off to switch from different grades of sandpaper, or emery cloth if you were working on some kind of metal or something. This will allow for a safer and more efficient and more accurate sanding. A lot of times there's maybe on a pole you'll have to sand around it, and it fits perfect with your hand if you have some kind of a glove. So the covers are detachable using Velcro, like I said, for quick exchange. It's a basic combination of the heat resistant and sandpaper. And other than that, really wanted to focus on people with disabilities and stuff. I wanted to have a customization for people that had maybe missing a finger or missing an entire hand at all. Just so that at the website you could custom-made your own kind, so it would be a cloth that go over it, and then you could just apply the sandpaper directly onto it. So if any kind of carpenters had lost a finger during their job or something, they can still get accurate sanding and comfortable sanding with that. When I was thinking of the demographics, mainly I was thinking of people that are handymen, but there's also painters and decorators and artists. A lot of time artists use a lot of different mediums and a lot of different tools to spread paint around or to spread other kind of things, and a lot of sculpture. So I was thinking that was also something I could aim at. For the cost of everything, it was relatively low, taking basic gloves that already exist and then kind of just putting on top of sandpaper. And the Velcro is cheap right now. Now, I did come across some limitations. There's a new Velcro made by Leonard Duffy. Maybe you guys have heard of it. And it's completely silent. I think it's like 8 times as strong or even more. And it's supposed to be just as easy to detach and reattach. That's not commercially available yet, but in my research I saw that, and I think that would be a perfect fit for this. Also, the idea of how the sandpaper works isn't exactly pristine as I'd want it to be, so if I had funding or something, I would definitely want to dwell into that and see what else I could do with that. See how to make that more efficient and completely redesign the glove. So, overall, quick sanding materials at higher quality, and thank you.